Tambah sikit. Kalau Cavani injured, kalau Cavani tak boleh main, kita nak letak siapa? Mason Greenwood.
Ronaldo lah bro.
Ronaldo is coming.
Sorry. Lupa Ronaldo dah ada. Sorry. Tapi badan before, sebelum ni, Ole akan letak Greenwood juga ataupun Cavani. So, the purpose ialah cuma pengalaman saja yang membezakan Greenwood dengan Cavani sekarang ni.
Okay, so we move on to the player ratings. Let's start with Doc. This one is yours lah, definitely lah. David De Gea.
9.5.
9.
I thought it's ABCD.
ABCD, Doc.
No,
ABCD.
I think right, because we have some feedback from the viewers and whatnot. Okay, so maybe I think we are going to move on to using numerical 1 to 10 lah. Okay, so this one will be more interesting lah. Okay, so okay, Doc. Sorry,
yeah, 9.5.
6.5.
9.5.
Oh, 9.5.
Superb double save, reaction save to keep us in the game. The only 0.5 I'm minusing for him is because he doesn't know who Cristiano Ronaldo is.
Huh?
Okay. Player seterusnya Jai Rafael Varane.
World class player. Madrid lepaskan Varane pergi ke MU untuk apa? Untuk menjatuhkan.
Dah lepas pukul 12 ni. 12.
This is the tweet.
Serious guys, serious. 8.5. 8.5. Bentesan, intercept semua terbaik. Sebab tu dia World Cup player and Euro, Champions League and macam-macam lah. So Varane bang.
Actually guys, like every time he win an aerial challenge, I'm like so happy, you know. It's like there was a lot of times, right, he jump up, he hit the ball. So
when the corner comes in, his head goes to it first and clears it off.
Exactly.
That's what we need.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, our next player, our captain Harry Maguire. I'll point it to you, right?
To me,
some drama.
He was okay today. I think much better than how he played against Southampton. There was no. He took a knee, but he blocked the shot. So that was good.
But that one worked. Yeah.
He was much better. I think he works better with a faster centre back in Varane. Just that Harry Maguire's body positioning at times. I'm not slating him or what he did. He did very well. Sometimes he's just too scared when the ball comes to him. So he just wants to dispose the ball off. He doesn't look at players on where he can pass or push. Most of the time the ball comes to him, he plays back to Varane. That was the only problem with him. But other than that, he kept his position, he kept his ground. I think he's more commanding in the opposing box as well during corners as well. We can see more fight going on. I think he feels a bit threatened with Varane's presence in the centre back. You can see that because I think Varane is more of a leader also. He makes a lot of noise and all, and he's a faster player. So plus with the arrival of Ronaldo incoming, so I think Maguire knows that he needs to up his game.
Yeah, for sure.
In the loft.
For Maguire, I'll give 8 lah.
Oh, 8 Wow, everyone is generous today. Oh, good. Okay. So
we haven't come to the juicy part yet.
At least we got a good start because we need to spread some positivity first, you see. We need to balance up the game. Okay. So we move on to our fullbacks. Okay, Smurf, you can cover Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
For me, I would actually give them a 6 rating. Both of them. Maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka would 6.5 because he made an exclusive save, which De Gea got a clean sheet. Because yes, they did defending well, but of course, as modern fullbacks, they also have to contribute to the top. But there was very less contribution from both sides. So, yeah, they deserve a 6 and 6.5 for me.
I think just to add a little bit on what Smurf's saying, I think in the first half, we can see Nelson Semedo actually owning Luke Shaw to a certain extent. He was being stifled and taken off the ball so many times.
Sancho was not really helping in that. I mean, in that areas anyway at that time.
Okay. I think it more comes down to the chemistry between Rashford and Shaw compared to any other player with Shaw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, true. Okay, player seterusnya. Okay, ini Jai. Ini your favorite player untuk kecam.
Yeah.
Fred.
Actually, Fred memang daripada first half sampai ke second half, game dia tak pernah berubah. Gameplay dia tak pernah berubah. Dia banyak buat mistake, using dia punya marking pun teruk, bentesan pun tak ada, sampai Pogba kena buat bentesan untuk dia, sampai Pogba kena kad kuning. So I rasa macam dah berbuih cakap benda pasal Fred ni sebenarnya. So tak ada perubahan daripada segi game dia, daripada last game dengan sebelum ni, dengan Leeds United, masa dengan Southampton dan sekarang. So for me lah, kalau I secara jujur I cakap dia memang tak layak dekat dalam MU lagi dah sekarang ni. Sepatutnya kita memang dah patut keluarkan dia daripada substitute ke apa ke. Macam I cakap lah sebelum ni, cuti ke, pergi jual ke apa ke. Sebab memang Fred memang dengan you tengok, kita boleh nampak dia nampak jadi macam bodoh dengan Adam Traore tu. Kita boleh nampak dengan beat dia, dengan dia beat Fred. Sebab I tak tahulah, Fred memang dah tak, pada I memang kalau I jadi Ole, I dah tak adakan letakkan dia dalam line up first 11 United untuk CDM. Itu yang pastilah. Sebab memang mendukacitakan lah game Fred. Terus terang cakap.
I think Fred has had a couple of bad games. Last week he wasn't particularly well as well. This week just gave the ball away and he grew into the game as he went on, but didn't do much. For me, it's also 5. But I think probably what he needs is some confidence. I know now the fans are back, people will get onto his back. What he needs is probably a few home games, comfortable home games where we are on the front foot most of the time. Maybe some confidence might do him some justice. At the same time, I don't think we're not going to move for another central midfielder or defensive midfielder. So this is probably the options that we have. And I think there is some potential there for him to improve. I hope he does. And once McTominay comes back, probably McTominay will take this defensive mid position. And then he'll have to work harder to ensure that he does a lot of running. He does a lot of interceptions, stealing the ball. I think his problem is when he has the ball, you don't see what he can do with it. Yeah, I think that's my only grouse with him. And this time he gave away a couple of balls, but I mean, we've seen a bit of a player there. I mean, we saw it for Brazil, we saw it in some of our MU games as well. I hope he can improve.
Yeah, like what Doc mentioned, if you actually look at the heat map, he's everywhere. He's like Sonic the Hedgehog. He and Daniel James are Sonic and Knuckles, both of them running all over the place. But what they do with the ball, I don't know. I cannot answer. Oh, Jai, you lupa bagi rating untuk Fred. Berapa rating untuk Fred?
3.
Oh, 3.
Yes.
3.
Okay, we move on to the next player, Bruno Fernandes. Okay, Raj, Bruno Fernandes
needs to stop overreacting to every referee decision. I mean, I'm a huge Bruno fan, but it's happening one too many times.
Agreed.
He's getting himself into trouble. He's going into a rage. He's starting to shout. I mean, it was so bad that Mike Dean actually walked to Maguire and said, if anyone who is supposed to talk to me, it's you. Don't have all of you better get hold of your players. That's what he went and probably told Maguire. Because Bruno needs to control himself. I think after the first game, the last 2 games, he is a bit off in terms of running, interception, passing, and all those things. It was not really like a Bruno Fernandes performance. Even the last time, we could say it was down to the frustration after being knocked off in leading to Southampton's goal. But today also, it was pretty much the same from Bruno. I mean, there was one flick that he did for Greenwood was exceptional in the first half. That on only Bruno Fernandes can do that. That one quick flick where I think Greenwood took, but it was slightly off target. So for Bruno, I will give him, based on his performance levels, I would give him a 6 because he was not really up there. We expect more from Bruno Fernandes. So yeah.
But then again, I think like most of our players, first half, I think we were all pretty below par. But then second half, I think he kind of like pick up towards the end. Towards the end, he was okay.
Just don't get too emotional, that's all.
Linking up with Martial. Okay, so we move on to the next player, Paul Pogba. Doc, what do you think about Paul Pogba?
Paul Pogba was, for me, nothing more than a 6. He wasn't very great, and this is why I always say there is an issue of playing him in the center midfield. Granted, probably,
Doc, before you continue, do you think he was wasted in that position in the double pivot?
No, but this is what people want, right? People want Pogba to play in the center of midfield, running games. But this is my issue with him playing in center midfield. He doesn't do it for me. He loses the ball. In fact, he also lost the ball a couple of times that led to attacks on our goal,
Yes.
Everybody is picking on Fred. But Pogba as well did it. Nobody says it because he had 5 assists in 2 games. But for me, this is what the problem of playing Pogba in the center is. He was lost throughout the game. He didn't do much. I think there was only the one shot on goal. And that was after the second half, and we actually pushed him forward a little bit. So, again, the conundrum will come where you want to play Paul Pogba. Right? And maybe a better defensive beat might be able to release him more. But currently, playing this squad, he will have to pull his socks up and perform. So, for me, I think nothing more than a 6 for him for this game.
But definitely, macam I think Jai cakap tadi, even Paul Pogba, he need to cover for Fred juga lah. So I think probably like you mentioned, if we have a CDM, then maybe we can see a proper Paul Pogba in the midfield position lah. Okay, Smurf, what do you think about Sancho's performance?
Very, very truthful. I am disappointed with his performance. First outing, first start. It's a away game. Probably like I mentioned in the previous video, he needs time. He still needs time to develop. He still needs time to get used to the English game. It's much more physical, much more faster than the time that he was in the Bundesliga. So for me, overall rating for Sancho, I would actually give him probably a 4.5 or 5 because he almost actually gave away a goal for us. That header that he headed it back. Yeah, so 4.5 would be fair for me.
Yeah, probably he seems a bit lost lah, but I think we need to give him some time lah. Definitely,
he needs time. Yes, I mean he's not a bad player. He have proven himself in the Bundesliga, but for me he needs time to adjust himself and adapt to the English football.
Okay, Jai, macam mana dengan Daniel James?
Okay, Daniel James macam biasa dia digunakan untuk mengkucar-kacirkan permainan, tetapi sayangnya first half game kita yang kucar-kacir, jadi dia tidak dapat digunakan dengan sepenuhnya lah. Sebab Daniel James ni pada I macam sebelum ni punya ni I pernah bagi tahu dia lebih kepada tactical mengucar-ngacirkan perlawanan, dan dia yang paling mustahak Daniel James ni dia ada buat defensive duty. Dia ada tolong defend kita. Itu yang paling mustahak yang Daniel James ni ada. Cuma bila dia cross, bila dia shooting, dia punya attacking punya, itu yang agak kucar-kacir. Dia punya larian pantas semua. So, untuk menjadi lebih adil, saya bagi dia 5 untuk rating.
Yeah, below average. Okay lah, it's fine. Fair. Okay, we move on to the next player. Our boy, our very own academy talent. Okay, this is definitely a future number 9 for United. Okay, Mason Greenwood. Okay, Raj, what do you think about him?
I would like to give him a perfect 10, but 9.5 lah, because he did what had to be done. I mean, he played in he played in 2 different positions across 90 minutes. He started as a centre forward. And then once Cavani came in, he started swapping sides with whoever that is playing on the other side. So Mason Greenwood has really, I think, credits to Oli for actually developing him into who he is now. He has actually thrown him in the wing, let him learn the trade, because he knows as a finisher, Greenwood can finish the ball. I think it was proven again today. I think he had like 2 shots on goal and 1 was a goal. So that is the talent Mason Greenwood is. He's very, very clinical. His overall game is improving. Physically, he's much tougher than how he was when he started. I think this is third season, right? If I'm not mistaken. So he has been fantastic. If you ask me, 3 games, 3 goals. There is more to come from Mason with the arrival of Ronaldo. I think he is someone that the future. We are just looking at a future, and for us to actually bank on a teenager to create a moment of brilliance is something great. That shows the variety of talent that United actually has. So, what do you, Tom?
9.5.
9.5, yes.
Very. I was actually expecting slightly lower, 9.2. If we can give a 9.2, so we can give the man of the match to David De Gea.
Okay, then in that case, if you ask me Mason or De Gea, I still go with De Gea. So Mason, I'll give him 9.2. He was clearly above 9. He was everywhere in the field, up front.
Yeah, I think Mason did a very good job. Of course, it was not really helped with the spine of the game today. The midfield did not really help him. It was a lot of, he worked it up with the forwards together with Cavani after Cavani came in, because he was also a bit missing. If you ask me, the ball couldn't reach him. And he had to basically come down and help on the defensive side a little bit. So for me, whatever the case is, he is a fantastic talent. He did very, very well today. And of course, he got us the most important thing in the game, which is scoring the goal and bringing home 3 points. So for me, bravo to Mason. But I'll agree with Raj and also Doc. With Raj that basically I'll give him about 9.2. Follow Raj on that matter, because I think De Gea deserved the MOTM with that exclusive save. Jai, apa nak tambah Jai?
Boleh tambah? Tambah. Okay, Michael Owen pernah jaringkan masa dia teenager 40 jaringan. So Mason Greenwood sekarang ni baru berapa? 3 gol untuk musim ni. So dia ada chance untuk pergi jadi pemain muda terbaik. And then yang paling mustahak yang kita nampak game tadi, dia create chance dia sendiri and then dia score.
Yes, out of nothing.
Dan gol tu gol penting. Gol penting untuk United sebab United tak ada gol. Dia ada buat 2 kali, tapi 1 kali tu memang miss lah. 1 lagi tu baru dia score. So dia create sendiri. So dia ni macam saya cakap sebelum ni, dia bukan talent dunia ni. Dia mungkin dekat mana saya tak tahu, angkasa mana datang kan. So bagus untuk United. Dan memang legasi United create teenager sebagai pemain yang bagus. So
if people can go on and say Phil Foden is this, Phil Foden is that, I feel Mason Greenwood is better than Phil Foden, man. I think I put it across there. A lot of people don't see that. Mason Greenwood is way better than Phil Foden.
Put it this way, Raj. Put it this way. The first time that I think the one that Jai was referring to that he missed by a couple of yards was probably the one that he came in from the left and took the shot okay, and he did almost similar. And he scored the goal the second time. And this is not an easy technique, if you ask me. He kept the ball low, he kept it hard, and accuracy was there. So you can give a world-class striker 10 out of 10, they might miss all. But Mason Greenwood, he's just something else, if you ask me. So,
definitely.
Yep.
I personally think you all are being very generous. Mason Greenwood for me today was a 7.5. Yes, he scored the winning goal, but pretty much the whole of the first half he was missing in the central role. He couldn't do much. Like you see, there's a difference between him and Cavani. Cavani, with not getting the ball, he will come, he'll find the ball, he will lay off and make the runs. Greenwood didn't make those runs. And you see, he got a lot of space when he moved to the right, and when Cavani came in. Because Cavani started making those runs into the box, which actually opened up a lot of space for him on the right side. That was the difference.
The difference was basically...
And this is what he probably needs to learn to actually take over that number 9 position. He's been doing it, granted, this season in the earlier games, but today he was lost. And what you need from a number 9 is consistently, this kind of involvement in the game. He was lost for quite a bit of the time, but his finishing is world class. His finishing is either foot, very dangerous, and even those, all he needs is a split second because he got a very short back lift. very short back lift, and he hits the ball hard and low, and he's always on target. That's why I said in the group as well. It reminds me of his manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had this kind of finishing, very sharp and always on target or nothing, like balloon very far or anything. It's always on target or just missed by a little bit.
Yeah, but then again, the first half, I think our team was struggling. So
that was what I wanted to say. Yeah, the team was struggling.
Second half, another thing is because Wolves, right? I think they don't have a strong bench like us. So their players definitely fatigued already by then. So that's why I think probably, of course, with Cavani coming in, the game was, of course, opened up a bit more. But I think it's also partially because of that. Okay.
But I think even if you look at Cavani when he starts, right, and he doesn't get this kind of service, he comes down a bit lower, he gets the ball, and he lays it off, and then he moves. That is the difference. And probably Greenwood just needs to learn that.
But I think Greenwood did come down in the first half, as a matter of fact. I mean, he did come down, try to help, but of course laying off. But the ball just didn't. I mean, it wasn't his day in the sense that the ball just didn't arrive to him. He couldn't do much, if you ask me, unless he drops a little bit more deeper, which will basically, drop lower, and then we will actually not have a forward up front. Then we're going to basically have 11. Yeah.
Tambah sikit. Kalau Cavani injured, kalau Cavani tak boleh main, kita nak letak siapa? Mason Greenwood.
Ronaldo lah, bro.
Ronaldo is coming.
Sorry. Lupa Ronaldo dah ada. Sorry. Tapi badan before, sebelum ni, Ole akan letak Greenwood juga ataupun Cavani. So, the purpose ialah cuma pengalaman saja yang membezakan Greenwood dengan Cavani sekarang ni. Bukannya
but Greenwood still have a lot to go. He still have a lot to go.
Dia tengah belajar. Tetapi the point dia umur yang macam Greenwood tu, dia dengan touching ball dia, dengan shooting dia, dengan dia punya skill dribbling dia apa semua, kita nampak dia je. Kita tak nampak dekat Danny James. Walaupun sebaya umur Danny James ataupun
dia standard dengan Daniel James lain, bro. It's different planets, bro. Mason is power.
That's why 9.2 untuk game hari ni ialah untuk dia. Untuk Mason Greenwood, dia menjaringkan gol kemenangan. Itu yang paling mustahak. Even apa pun Cavani masuk ke, Sancho ke, Martial ke, dia jaringkan gol. Kita kena letak dia dekat level 9.2 tadi. Faham maksud saya tak?
We move on to the subs. Okay, the subs, I think we can collectively put Martial and Cavani. We just give them an average 6 because I think not really much going on also with regards to goals and whatnot. Okay, so
Cavani create the difference compared to having James on the pitch.
Definitely. The two subs coming in, definitely they create.
Even 3 subs. Dalot came in as well, yeah? 3 subs.
Dalot, bro.
Oh yeah, Dalot, but Dalot came in like the last.
Like he just came in to probably waste time lah.
Drag the time. But then again, just want to stress that actually I feel that Martial actually with his whole effect. But
and one more thing, bro. I seriously feel I don't know what Ole has against Van de Beek. Please.
Yeah, exactly.
Van de Beek cannot break into this team. I don't know. Seriously, don't know what is wrong.
Exactly. I was actually expecting that he would somehow play at least his 5 minutes, his usual 5 minutes, but then he went on also during game.
Or put him in the 90th minute or so, then you'll tell I gave him a chance. Right?
No, I was really looking forward for him to play. I was truly looking forward for him to play.
Guys, Van de Beek untuk jangka masa projek yang akan datang, bukan sekarang. Jangka masa akan
datang berapa lama dah?
I think he will be used as a trade lah. Dia projek tu untuk next window trade untuk player lain ke apa. Alright. Okay. We move on to our manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, Doc, how would you rate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's with regards to his first 11? Okay, the substitutions that he made, and also the overall his tactical masterclass, like I would always say.
If I look at it, I don't know whether it was just the tactics that failed or whether it's the players that failed him today. But I think Ole just gets a 6.5 lah. To be honest, it was a lucky win. But we stayed in the game long enough to win it, right? And that is what sometimes champions do, right? Even our previous teams, when we didn't play well, we eked out a 1-0 win or 2-1 win, right? and that's the most important thing. The 3 points, the most important thing. But I think today he brought on his subs early. I think he saw that up front we were struggling. He brought in Cavani early. I think not even the 60th minute. He brought him in, and to be honest, Cavani did change the game in the sense that he opened up a bit more space for everybody else. I think even Martial was a good sub. Came in on the right. He looked a little bit more threatening on that he normally does, but at least he got on the ball. He was taking on players. It's something I hope he will do more. I actually prefer Martial in that role, when he's taking on players on the left side than him being in the center, to be honest. Yeah. But I think overall a 6.5 for Ole. We were lucky to escape with the 3 points, but big 3 points for us.
Okay. We move on. Man of the match. I think this is unanimous. Okay, maybe I'll just throw it back to Doc again. Doc,
the shops close on Sunday.
You can see the change in the background, because for me, there's only one man who is the man of the match. I think Varane pushed him very close, but that save was a game changer. Right? Without that save, I mean, really smashed at him from so close, and it's just pure anticipation. He was on his way up. I think he already saw that the cycle did open up his body a little bit, so which way he's going to go. But he just had a split second to make the decision. And this is why he is still, for me, number one at Old Trafford.
Reflex and anticipation was fantastic.
Sai's going on to facepalm moment was... he in fact couldn't believe what actually happened. Because
which striker would believe?
Save, yeah.
Which striker would believe that, right? I mean,
it was
just
reminds me of the Arsenal game, the Matrix thing that he
Matrix.
I mean, we had some great goalkeepers in the past, and I remember idolizing Schmeichel, Van der Sar, and these are keepers who won you games throughout the season, right? And this save won us the game today. He saved last week, saved us a point. Looks like he's turned the corner. He's back to his best. I hope he maintains that. I think Ole has also shown some faith in him. I think Ole is a bit lucky. Last year, he wanted to put in Henderson, and De Gea went back for his birth of his child. And then he's quietly slotted in Hendo. Now Hendo's got COVID-19 and he's quietly slotted back De Gea. But I think by the looks of it, De Gea is going to hold on to his number one position for now.
Definitely. I think, after that save, definitely. De
Gea is right up there with Henderson. Henderson Bula. Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar as the best ever. There is no question about it. De Gea has saved us so many seasons. It's not just the first time he's doing this. So many seasons.
Actually, to be honest, for me, right, I actually rate him slightly higher than Van der Sar. Considering Van der Sar was playing behind a fantastic very settled defense. And De Gea has been there. And Van der Sar came at the end of his career when he was already, right established at his peak. This guy has grown with us, and I think he saved us on numerous occasions. But I just hope for him, it was sad to see him in the last few seasons when he was struggling in some games. But I really hope he's back to his best. And this performance today and this save today will give him a lot of confidence going into the rest of the season.
And then another thing, our first clean sheet so far, man. I think that will boost.
Yeah, man. Fantasy 6 points,
Jai nak tambah, Jai.
Shaw got 6.
The only immovable object in my fantasy team.
Jai nak tambah, Jai.
I nak tambah untuk pemain terbaik yang pilihan I ialah
Bisaka.
Jai selalu lah.
But seriously, actually, I rasa Bisaka improve, I seriously think he improve, And then,
kalau tidak Varane,
De Gea, right? That save from Aaron Wan-Bissaka early on, that was also massive for us today as well.
Correct.
Hey guys, I got one last question. Okay, this one I just point to Smurf lah. Okay, since we are going into the international break, okay, what do you think? The confidence level and whatnot for us to be coming in back in 2 weeks' time for our game against Newcastle and the return of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, with the return of Cristiano Ronaldo, I think most of the players have probably have voiced out and also on social media and said welcome back. Welcome him back. Okay, on top of that, I think international break now, they will go into the international break with confidence, whoever is involved. And there were rumors that Ole might want to have another secret friendly I mean, this is rumors that I heard, a secret friendly. Okay, so if that happens, that's good for the team. I mean, we can gel much more, and also some of them will get playing some extra playing time. So I mean, most important is for the players not to get injured. That's number one, not to get injured. And of course, we pray that there will be no COVID cases returning back to Old Trafford. So if they would come back healthy and of course winning their international games or contributing in any factor to their teams, to their respective international teams, I think this would actually they would come back and we will actually have a good platform and kickstart our fourth game onwards in the Premier League with Newcastle, and also with the return of Ronaldo, if he does not have to quarantine for 14 days. I mean, I'm not sure about that because it's quite strict in UK. Warren had to. So for Ronaldo, I'm not so sure if he has to, or there might be exclusion or so on. So, I mean, it might be Newcastle. If it's Newcastle that he's going to come into the game, then, I mean, he's going to start and eligible to play. That will be a big bonus for Manchester United.
I think Ronaldo don't have to quarantine. The world quarantine for him.
Hey, that's Zlatan. Come on. But it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive having him back.
Yeah, it's going to be massive.
So we are at the end of our show today. So what do you guys think of our ratings? Okay, leave your comments in the comment section below. Who's your man of the match? What do you think about the goal by by Mason Greenwood? Okay, like usual, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Hey, where's the ding dong?
Oh yeah, turn on the bell notification.
There was no bell notification. I was busy pointing at Lia, the man of the match.